Are You Afraid of the Dark? The Gruesome Gourmets was not a positive start. It did not end off on a good note, alright? That was a weak start to the series. However, the episode that I'm talking about today just went from this to this, and I'm gonna throw in an additional, yeah, it makes sense. I'm fitted for the occasion. Got the Salvation Army suit on, you know what I'm saying? S for Salvation. I got the Marquis de Gramont. Alright, for those who've watched John Wick 4, you know Bill Skarsgård. His character, the Marquis de Gramont, is a rich guy, got all these nice suits. I wanted to look good, so I got the nice suit on. You know what I mean? I got the suit on. I got the rings on. This is all because today we're talking about the best episode in Are You Afraid of the Dark? Point blank, period, no question. Alright? How you do anything is how you do everything. That is the first and last rule of life. Marquis de Gramont famous quote. This is the example of that. How you do anything is how you do everything. The shit that they do in this episode lets you know all the fumbles they did throughout the show. Yo, you produced this peak fiction, this zenith of the medium. This episode is so good. It's a breath of fresh air. It is a breath of fresh spring mountain air. I'm on Everest. The Yeti is serving me up a pina colada. I don't know why, because it's 2 degrees outside. I don't need a pina colada. I just need my frostbite to get cured. But he's serving it up. He's right there next to me chilling. I'm sitting there. I can't even process the fact that this dude is not supposed to be a real animal, but he's there. He's posted up. He's gazing. He's gazing at the view. I'm gazing at the view. We smell the air. All right. I also smell his funk. He kind of funky too. You might need to hit a shower, but there's fresh springs over there. Go take a shower. I got you. I got the Old Spice with the shea butter, the moisturized one shits. You know, you can use them shits. I'm smelling it all. And then when I watched the Gruesome Gourmets, I was smelling the atmosphere of the porta potty at my local carnival. I was like, how do you compare that, bro? You can't put me on Everest smelling the fresh, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, when you watch this episode, it's like I'm going on a date with Victoria Justice after sliding in her DMs 9,000 times. I smell her Chanel perfume. It's all good. It's all well. Life is good. We good. God did. And then I'm over here in the sewer in Florida with the Gruesome Gourmets. Got a gator right under my feet. Like, what am I supposed to do? Got copperheads on the ceiling. I got a man snoring bath salts at the end of the sewer. I can't even tell if that's Pennywise, but Pennywise on bath salts is even worse, bro. I don't want to be in that. I want to be here, in the peak of the media. The brilliant episode, which is this one. You want to know what episode that is? Let's talk about it. Are You Afraid of the Dark's best episode is none other than from season 6. Yo, you guys are sitting there like, what? What? I think you might have snorted some bath salts there, BD Horror. You talking about season 6? Season 6? I said 6. I was about to say 6. I literally unintentionally messed up the words and said 6. That's how you know how shitty this season is. I said season 6 by accident. That's my new phrase. Season 6 is season 6 because I got sick of watching that season. Bars. Don't hate the player, hate the game. Shout out Tyrone Magnus. That season was terrible. It was full of straight Dookie, straight Taco Bell gas, Chipotle leftovers, all that. Carnival funnel cake, all that shit. Extra queso on that Chipotle bowl too. The next day that gonna mess you up, bruh. But there's one gem. There's a gem. Amongst all these reviews where I'm wearing these dusty shirts that I got from the back of my closet because I don't feel like dressing up in front of y'all, too much work. Today we got the suit on because, got the rings on because this is the accolade to season 6 gem. The Tale of the Secret Admirer is the best episode in all of Are You Afraid of the Dark. There's only one other episode in Are You Afraid of the Dark that could possibly rival this one, in my opinion. There's only one other episode I gave the same rating. but I think this one is above that one, even though they both have the same rating. This episode, The Tale of the Secret Admirer, gets a 10 out of 10. That's right, there's only 2 episodes I've watched in Are You Afraid of the Dark out of 40 episodes that get a 10 out of 10. Tale of the Secret Admirer is one of them, and it's the best episode. It's the number 1 rated episode I have in my favorite Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes. First of all, one of my favorite episodes in Haunting Hour is the tale. I said tale. Ugh, losing my mind. That's how great this is. This is like, for all you anime fans, when Gojo does Infinite Void with the domain expansion and you get flooded in that universe of info, this is what happens when you watch Tale of the Secret Admirer. You're like, this is life. This is what the universe is. And it causes your brain to rot. This is what's happening right now. In Haunting Hour, my favorite episode is The Dead Body. The Dead Body is one of my favorite episodes in all of the Haunting Hour. I give it a 10 out of 10. It's my favorite episode in all of Haunting Hour. And that episode is very clearly inspired by this one. This episode, The Tale of the Secret Admirer, inspired The Dead Body. I don't know if Dan Angel, whoever worked on that, ever said it was. I know Dan Angel's son is in that episode. He's a great actor. I think Matt Angel or whatever did a fantastic job as the villain. That episode is clearly inspired by this, without a doubt. And shout out to my homie Goosebumps Completionist. He told me about The Tale of the Secret Admirer. He said this might be one of the best. Honestly, he said this might be one of the best in Are You Afraid of the Dark? I was like, all right. Because he let me know about some of the episodes I had to watch in the beginning when I started my journey in Are You Afraid of the Dark. And then he like slowly, as he was going through episodes, he's like, all right, Tale of the Secret Admirer, I really think you should watch it. One, you might like it. I watched it. I loved it. I was freaking out in the middle of it for how scary it was. This is such a dark, scary episode. And I was freaking out. He was freaking out. He's like, yo, yeah, I told you, bro. This is that shit. And I'm like, this is that shit. This is that crack cocaine I've been looking for. Not that I have experience with that at all. I don't know why you would assume. It's a weird analogy. Anyway, this is that shit I've been looking for. And we both gawked over it, and then we found out, and then we slowly started figuring out. I was like, I told him, I was like, this is a lot like The Dead Body. He's like, I was just gonna say that. This is a lot like The Dead Body. So me and him started pulling up some pictures, and we're like, yo, there's some similarities here. This is some, in the way that the main villain looks in Dead Body, and the way the main villain looks here, the premise, the idea, this is, The Dead Body is inspired. All right, it's inspired by this shit. And when you're inspired by this shit, this shit gets a 10 out of 10. So let me tell you what the episode is about. For those who have not watched The Dead Body, for those who have not watched this, you may not have a single clue why this episode is so good. Let me talk about it. So the main character in the story is a girl named Maggie. Maggie is in high school, and she's essentially an outcast in high school. She doesn't have any friends. She's not, noticed by a lot of people. She's kind of love-struck. She wants someone to, she wants a boyfriend. She wants to be, feel loved. She wants to have some company, but there's no one there. No one acknowledges her. She sort of doesn't like school. She feels like she's left out. She meets this cute guy who's on, the athlete. I think he's on the football team. Starts talking to him, they like each other. You kind of get the sense that he kind of likes her, and she kind of likes him, so they're kind of popping it off. And then their 2 friends, I think their name was Bucky and Moose, which, by the way, if you ever want names for 2 stereotypical stupid footballers, Bucky and Moose are the perfect names for 2 idiot athletes. I'm sorry, this is what it is. I think Moose is also a name for a dumb character in Revenge of the Lawn Gnomes. So yeah, Moose and Bucky. These 2 idiots basically pull up, and they reveal that they basically dared this athlete guy to talk to her because she's that much of a weirdo, she's that much of an outcast that basically, they dared her. They're like, hey, go talk to that girl. You've been in school, you've seen that shit. It may have happened to you, unfortunately, but they're like, yeah, go talk to that girl. Yeah, go ask her out, see what happens. They tell him to go do that. He does it. She's immediately upset, rightfully so. She's upset. She's not happy. She leaves. She almost runs away crying. And he's like, no. They dared me, but I actually like talking to you. Stay. You got it all wrong. And then she leaves. The athlete gets mad at the 2. They're like, you guys are idiots. You ruined it for me. She runs away. And in that sense, you kind of get this feeling. You're you really sympathize with her because we've all been there. At certain points in our life. Maybe some of you can relate, but you've been there in that point where you're in school and you feel like an outcast, you feel like no one talks to you, you feel like you're sort of just watching everything unfold. It may still happen to you. Now it happens to me a lot of the time when I'm outside. You feel like you're alone, you feel like no one's talking to you, you want to get recognized, you want to get some acknowledgement. And she's a high schooler. She's got going through puberty. She's going through an emotional phase in her life. She's very upset, and you kind of feel bad for her. Like, oh, this poor girl. She seems nice. She seems caring, but she's getting this bad treatment. And I think she goes to her locker, and then she sees this note, and this note is written, and I think red, like it's like written in lipstick or red, and it says, I think it says something along the lines of like, do you want to meet me? I really like you. Do you feel the same way about me? Do you want to meet up here? And she sees it, and she thinks, who is this? A secret admirer. It says on there, secret admirer. So you have this girl who doesn't get any attention from guys, isn't acknowledged, isn't loved by a lot of people in school, and outcast. She gets this note, and it seems very sincere. It seems like, oh, and she wonders, is this what the athlete guy gave to me? Did the athlete guy give this to me as part of the joke? Is this how actually he feels? This could be a note from him, or this could be a note from somebody else who may like me. So she takes it home. She wonders, all right, should I do it? I don't really know who gave this to me. It might be, some random guy that I don't know that's like stalking me, basically. Could be this athlete guy. So she takes it home, but she keeps it in mind. She likes the gesture. It's a very cute gesture back in the day. For people. Now, if you did that shit, you would get charges pressed on you. You would not get the girl. She would press charges. You can't be within 500 feet of her. But back in the day, that's a cute gesture. So she goes home, and as she's going home, she's reflecting on how her school life is. Her mom is like, yo, don't worry. I used to feel the exact same way as you did. You're beautiful. You're a great person. I'm sure people would find that out if they, met you and talked to you. And she's like, you know what, Mom, leave me alone. I don't need your sympathy. That would be an ideal world, but that's not how my life is right now. Her mom kind of walks away. And then her dad comes in, offers her ice cream. Honey, if you feel bad, let me take you out for some ice cream. We'll have a fun time. It's like, no, I just want to be left alone. I have a lot of homework. Let me do it. So her parents go out. She's home alone. And she starts hearing the wind pick up. And the wind picks up, and she hears scratching on the windows. She hears noises outside. She feels like she hears the house making some like noises, creaking noises. It's very windy out. She's kind of like on edge. Like, this is a very tense atmosphere, all these strange noises. Then all of a sudden, her front door blows open. Her front door just straight, bow, slams open. She freaks out. She's like, who opened the door? Is someone breaking in? Is this a home invasion? Is someone there? She goes out. She's like, Mom and Dad aren't supposed to be home. Who's out here? Is it being broken into? Someone to come in and kill me? Is this one of those horror movies? All this stuff. Very, you would think the same thing if your door blew open, all this wind's going on. You don't know what's going on. You think someone's breaking into your house. Maybe that might be the noises. And she's going down. She goes down to her living room. She sees nothing. She's just on edge. She closes the door and locks it. She's like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. She heads up. Goes to the bathroom. And there's writing. There's writing on the bathroom mirror. In lipstick. Her lipstick. There's writing on the bathroom mirror in her lipstick as she just went down and the front door slammed open. If that is not creepy, intense, real life horror, I don't know what is. And it doesn't end there. The lipstick writing on the mirror says, do you feel the same way? It's written in the same format and writing as the love note she got from the secret admirer. So she sees this and she realizes this is similar to what's on the letter I got at school. Now it's in my house when no one is home, when I'm home alone on a stormy dark night. Someone just broke in and wrote this. And then she turns around and she looks in her shower, and against the curtain she swears she sees the silhouette of a man moving in the shower curtain in the bathroom she's standing in. When I tell y'all this scared me, bro, this is genuinely scary. This is a kid's show on Nickelodeon, which is basically mocking on a stormy, rainy night. This girl who got a note from a secret admirer in school just had her front door broken into, heads down there, sees nothing, sees writing on her bathroom mirror, and now this stalker is in the bathroom with her, behind the shower curtain, waiting for her to find the note, ready to pounce. She runs out of there, she freaks out, she goes downstairs, and she sees that someone is at the front door. She opens it and she freaks out, is scared. Someone's there. It's the athlete guy. The athlete guy from school has come. She freaks out. She's like, why are you here? Why are you here? Why are you here? Like, I'm being broken into. My home is invaded. He's like, yeah, I just came to apologize. So immediately he catches on. She's freaked out. He goes in. They scour the whole house. They check it top to bottom. They find nothing. He comes back and calms her down. He's like, yeah, I just came here, because I wanted to apologize to you. I was really sorry for the way that Buck and Moose treated you. I actually really like you. I actually really enjoy your company. I think you're a great girl. If you ever want to talk with me, feel free to talk with me. And if I can make it up to you, I'll take you out on a date. If that makes it up to you. She's like, oh, that's very sweet. You didn't have to come and do that. She feels loved. And she's sort of relieved the fact that no one's in her house. And the guy who, she thought that whoever broke into the house could have been this athlete, could have been whoever the stalker was. The athlete was not in the house when she opened the door. So, he's safe. They're okay. Maybe she doesn't know what she hallucinated or what happened, but nothing happened. The writing on the mirror wasn't even there when they went up, so she thinks she's losing her mind. Maybe she's freaking out. The guy leaves. She says bye. She's like, yeah, we can go on a date together. They kind of hook up. You get a little bit of a romance now. You kind of feel good for her. She heads back up to the bathroom, make sure that everything is okay. She sees no weird things in the shower. She sees that nothing is on the mirror. She's like, all right. And then as she is looking down, she hears growling. This weird, animalistic, sinister growling behind her. And she looks in the mirror and she sees a guy in a black leather jacket, this tall man in a black leather jacket who has half of his face burnt off. Half of his face is burnt to a crisp. It is completely burned down to the bone. And he's staring at her, grinning, smiling, wide-eyed, looking like Two-Face. And he looks at her in the mirror, and he's staring at her, and she loses it. She screams her head off. And her parents run in, and as soon as her parents run in, there's nothing behind her. There's no one there, and she's damn near about to have a heart attack. She's that scared. This whole sequence is why I give this a 10 out of 10. And then, towards the end of the episode, you get this reveal, this plot twist that goes on, this reveal as to what the origins of what's going on may be happening. What are the origins to who are these letters coming from? Is there somebody that she knows that may have a relationship to what these events are happening? She's kind of putting the pieces together, and this twist happens, and you're like, oh, this goes deeper than what we thought. This is reflecting something that happened in the past to somebody that she knows and is close with her. And now those ghosts of the past are coming to haunt her. Literally, figuratively, you find out. That is why the story is so good. The ending is very intense. The climax is very intense. And it ends off on a little bit of a sweet note. But after all this crazy stuff that happened, you're like, wow. That was a masterpiece of an episode. This gets a 10 out of 10. It's easily the scariest episode in Are You Afraid of the Dark? It's so well written. The scares, the horror, the tension makes you feel scared imagining yourself. It has a really good main character that you sympathize with. You feel like, oh, I feel bad for her. She's a great girl. She's a great person. And these things are happening to her. You resonate with her. You want her to come out on top. You have some likable side characters, and then the mystery behind what's going on. This reveal adds layers to the villain, adds layers to, the climax, and then adds layers to what's going on and affecting, the people that this person knows, the person that it happened to. It's affecting the people that they love, the people that they care about. And it's all wrapping up into one big, masterpiece of a story. I absolutely love it. That scene that I described to you in detail is one of the scariest, most eye-raising, most, just lip-quivering scenes you could have. And it's fantastic. This whole episode is fantastic. 10 out of 10. This is the best episode in Are You Afraid of the Dark? If you've not watched season 6 because it's full of straight doo-doo, straight trash, of course, understandable, but watch this one. Watch The Tale of the Secret Admirer because it's a true gem, a true diamond, and I absolutely love and will rave about it until the day I die. I don't think a single episode will surpass this one. I think I found the zenith of this medium. I found the peak Mount Everest Himalayan mountain tip, which is this, the fresh spring air of The Tale of the Secret Admirer. All right? That's my opinion. You may feel differently. If you do, comment down below your own thoughts and opinions. Let me know. Do you feel the same way about this episode? How do you rate it? How do you feel about it? Have you watched it? If you haven't, go watch it and then come back and comment on this video, or let me know your own favorite Are You Afraid of the Dark episodes. That's all I have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please go check out this episode. Please go check out some other recommendations people have for the series and see what you may like or enjoy. That's it for this review. I hope you guys enjoyed. Stay cool, stay dripped up, stay with the Salvation Army suits, stay ringed up. I might have to take your ring if you drop a bad take down in the comments. Hey, I'm gonna give you this ring. Give me your ring. I'm taking your ring and I'm putting it on my finger. Those belong to me now. I'm the collector. Just be safe down there. All right, be safe. Don't watch out for home invasions or weird ghost demons coming after you. And just don't take notes from secret admirers. Those are stalkers. This is 2023. Stranger danger. That's all it is. Enjoy. Have a good day. Deuces. Yo, man. This episode was straight scary. All right, it was straight terrifying. And what's even scarier is this review, because I know I'm never gonna get that date with Victoria's Justice. Maybe if I write a note and I blow up a propane tank, I can do it. I just have to burn half my face, but it's worth it if I clap cheeks.